readiness checklists to really thoughtful pieces on developing robust problem-solving and conflict resolution skills. Our mission today is to sift through these not just for the obvious takeaways, but to unearth those deeper nuggets that truly redefine what it means for a child to work independently and genuinely flourish both in and out of the classroom.
And what's immediately striking, I think, across these sources is how they collectively redefine readiness. It's not merely about knowing letters or numbers. We're looking at a holistic approach to development, emphasizing social-emotional growth, self-management, and critical thinking. Actually, some longitudinal studies even suggest that strong social-emotional skills in early childhood are more predictive of long-term success than early academic prowess.
Oh, wow, really more predictive.
Yeah, it kind of challenges that common societal overemphasis on just the traditional ABCs and 123s. This understanding, well, it fundamentally shifts our focus.
That's a powerful way to frame it right from the start. Okay, so let's unpack this concept of working independently. When we first hear that phrase, many of us might picture, a child quietly completing a worksheet at their desk without asking questions.
The classic image.
Exactly. But what specific nuances do our sources highlight that broaden this definition beyond just quiet compliance?
That's a vital distinction. Can work independently, as described in one of our core sources, goes way beyond mere task completion. It's about a child's ability to stay focused and work alone on an adult-given task, sure, but also, and this is crucial, to understand the task well enough to attempt it without constant monitoring.
Okay.
And maybe even more importantly, it emphasizes trying to problem solve alone or maybe even with a peer.
Okay.
Before immediately seeking adult help. It's really about self-initiation and perseverance rather than simply following instructions.
So it's not just about doing what they're told. It's about the internal drive and the process of figuring things out themselves.
Exactly.
I'm curious, for an informed listener like you listening in, why does this specific definition of independence matter so profoundly for a child's long-term development? What's the deeper why here?
Well, it's foundational because it directly builds what psychologists call self-efficacy. And this isn't just general confidence. It's a belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations.
Right, specific.
Yeah. When a child successfully navigates a task alone, even after a little struggle, they internalize that experience. Think of Kevin quietly absorbed in a puzzle while his mom feeds the baby. Or Ling meticulously drawing her favorite part of a story in class. These aren't just moments of quiet activity. They're actually forging a belief in their own capability to tackle challenges, that kind of productive struggle. That's where resilience is truly built.
And it extends far beyond the classroom, doesn't it? I mean, the McFarland School District source emphasizes that preparing a child for kindergarten involves so much more than just academic skills.
Well, absolutely.
It's really about these practical, independent skills that make the entire transition smoother and built that self-efficacy you just mentioned.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the broader picture, this kind of holistic readiness extends deeply into social and emotional maturity. Imagine a child who can, wait patiently for help when a toy breaks.
Instead of melting down immediately.
Right. Or verbalize their feelings clearly when frustrated, or maybe accept a sudden change in plans without a complete meltdown.
Yeah.
These are all critical facets of developing independence. Without them, even the brightest child might struggle in group settings. It places a significant, cognitive load on themselves and the adults around them, potentially hindering their overall learning experience.
That brings us to a really practical question then. Given this richer definition, what are some tangible, everyday ways we can genuinely foster this independence at home and school? Our sources offer a real treasure trove of actionable tips. Let's maybe start with those foundational self-help skills.
Okay. Both the Kindergarten Readiness Checklist and the McFarland School District article really zeroed in on crucial practical skills. For instance, a child should ideally be able to get their coat on and off, zipper, and fasten it independently.
Seems simple, but...
It sounds simple, yeah. But consider a bustling winter morning in a classroom. A teacher spending precious minutes helping every single child with boots and coats, maybe 4 times a day.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's valuable learning time lost for everyone involved.
That visual alone is incredibly powerful. And it's not just outerwear, right? This extends to shoe independence, putting on and taking off shoes, even if tying laces comes a little later.
Right, tying can wait sometimes.
And then there are the critical, often overlooked lunch routines. I vividly remember the struggle of those juice boxes that just wouldn't open.
Oh, the dreaded juice box. Exactly. Right. Being able to open water bottles, juice boxes, various food containers. It isn't just about nutrition, it's about minimizing disruptions and maximizing learning time for the whole group.
Makes sense.
And let's absolutely not forget germ control. Practicing hand washing, knowing when and how to blow their nose, coughing into their elbow. These aren't just good manners, they're foundational for everyone's health and well-being in a group setting. And they require consistent, self-initiated action.
So it's not just about what they can do, but also when they do it independently. Okay. Building on that, the Conquering Kindergarten source introduces this brilliant concept of Goldilocks tasks. It's about making sure tasks aren't too easy, not too hard, but just right. Like asking a child, learn to write to practice letters A, B, C, D, and E, and then allowing them to genuinely work through the struggle for D and E before immediately jumping in to help. What's the deeper benefit of this just right struggle?
This is where the magic truly happens, I think. It's not just about building persistence, so that's important. It's about the brain actively forging new neural pathways as it works through a challenge. That just right level of struggle distinguishes productive learning from mere compliance or, getting overly frustrated.
Right.
As the McFarland School District explains, allowing a degree of frustration, a calculated amount of challenge, it teaches persistence, critical thinking, and patience. Instead of immediately fixing it, you might ask, what should you do first? Or, why do you think that didn't work?
Guiding questions.
Exactly. These open-ended questions empower them to find their own solutions, strengthening those problem-solving muscles.
And the Montessori School of Flagstaff adds even more layers to these practical life skills, highlighting things like folding and organizing clothing, pouring and measuring ingredients, or basic cleaning like putting away toys and wiping surfaces.
Yeah.
It sounds like a simple chore list, maybe, but it integrates practical chores directly into their developmental journey.
It does. It really instills a sense of order, responsibility, and capability that profoundly impacts a child's self-perception. When they contribute meaningfully to their environment, they see themselves as competent and valued members of a community.
Yeah.
It's an invaluable foundation for self-management, making chores less of a burden and more of an opportunity for growth.
Okay, so moving beyond these tangible practical tasks, true independence also means being able to navigate challenges and conflicts in their social world.
The social piece.
This is where the nuances really emerge as our sources dive deep into problem solving and conflict resolution.
Yeah.
How do these sources advise us to start the process of conflict resolution, especially when, emotions are running high?
That's probably the most critical first step. The Child Mind Institute provides an excellent framework, and it emphasizes that you absolutely must tackle feelings first.
Feelings first, okay?
Before you can solve a problem, you need to help a child regulate their emotions. They suggest using visual aids like a stoplight red for big emotions needing a cool-off, yellow for calming strategies like deep breaths, and green for being ready to talk and solve.
I like that visual.
Yeah, it's great. Or even a simple feelings chart can help younger kids identify what they're experiencing. Without that emotional regulation piece, any attempt at problem solving will likely, fall flat.
So calming down is absolutely foundational. Then once emotions are managed, what's the next critical step in effectively resolving a conflict?
Yeah.
Because it's often not really about the surface level issue, is it?
Precisely. That's such a key insight. Once calm, the next step is pinpointing the actual source of the conflict. As the Child Mind Institute points out, it might not be about the toy they're fighting over. It could be about feeling left out, or unheard, or maybe undervalued. That's a huge insight for parents and teachers alike to look beyond the immediate grievance and delve into the underlying feeling or need. This is where we shift from reactive parenting to proactive teaching.
Once that core issue is identified, then what? How do we guide them towards solutions without just, handing them one?
Right. We don't want to just fix it for them. That's where brainstorming solutions comes in. One fantastic method suggested is problem-solving baseball.
Oh, interesting. How does that work?
So first base is identifying the problem clearly. Second base is brainstorming all possible options, even silly ones, get creative. Third base is choosing the best option together. And home plate is evaluating whether that solution actually achieved their goal.
I love that. Baseball.
Yeah. Or for younger children, maybe a smiley face rating can help them assess how an option makes them and others feel. This teaches them divergent thinking, coming up with lots of ideas, and then convergent thinking, narrowing down to the best one.
And teaching perspective is another key piece here, isn't it? Moving beyond just one incident to think about what the other person might be feeling or experiencing. Developing empathy, really.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a complex skill. It takes time. Our sources also highlight the importance of teaching I statements in communication.
Yeah, the I feel statement.
Exactly. I felt sad when you didn't sit with me rather than you always ignore me, which just puts the other person on the defensive.
That's more constructive.
Yeah. And role-playing tricky conversations is incredibly effective. It allows children to practice in a safe space. And critically, adults modeling these behaviors is paramount. We have to walk the talk.
Mm-hmm.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, just allowing unstructured play, as the McFarland source notes, also fosters self-reliance and problem solving, because kids are naturally forced to come up with their own ideas, negotiate, and resolve disputes amongst themselves.
Less adult intervention sometimes means more learning.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
Within safe boundaries, of course.
Right. So with all these elements of self-help and problem solving, what does this mean for creating a truly thriving classroom or, home environment? The Edutopia article on classroom jobs really brings this to life, showing how independence directly contributes to a shared community.
Indeed. Classroom jobs are far more than just chores. They are powerful tools for building identity and belonging.
Identity, interesting.
Yeah, they help students feel seen, trusted, and genuinely excited to contribute. This cultivates a strong sense of belonging, which is so vital for a child's social and emotional development. And the article even provides, I think it was 41 creative and quirky job titles,
Yeah.
moving light years beyond the usual line leader or pencil sharpener.
And some of these job titles are just brilliant. I mean, imagine being the kindness detector who spotlights thoughtful moments, or the word wizard sharing a challenging word of the day.
I love kindness detector.
Me too. Then there's the chief encouragement officer, or CEO, for spreading joy, the brain break boss, or even the snack scene investigator, the SSI, tapped with cleaning up crumbs after lunch.
Right.
These titles don't just assign tasks. They create actual roles and responsibilities that become part of a child's identity in that classroom community.
And what's truly fascinating here is how these jobs instill a deeper sense of responsibility and help students discover their unique strengths. Whether it's the librarian creating fun displays or the Captain Curiosity researching big questions that pop up during lessons,
Yep.
each child has an opportunity to shine in their own way.
Yeah.
And having something like an inspector of all jobs reinforces accountability, making sure everyone understands their role and the importance of completing it for the collective good. It's like a little microeconomy of contribution.
A microeconomy, I like that. And complementing these jobs are social scenarios, as discussed by Learn, Grow, Aspire. These aren't just hypothetical questions. They're structured, sort of real-life situations that help kids build confidence in navigating social interactions.
Enhance problem solving, promote empathy, and significantly improve communication skills.
So this raises an important question.
Yeah.
How do we effectively use these scenarios? It's not just asking the question.
Right.
It's through open conversations, dynamic role-playing of different situations, really discussing feelings and perspectives, and crucially, adults consistently modeling positive social behavior ourselves.
Modeling again, it keeps coming up.
It's huge. Imagine asking, what would you do if a friend took your toy without asking? Or, how do you think your classmate feels when they sit alone at lunch?
Right.
These prompts help children think critically before they're in the heat of the moment, basically building their mental playbook for social success.
It all circles back to making learning active and engaging, doesn't it? Whether it's through a detailed classroom job checklist, those Goldilocks tasks that encourage productive struggle, or role-playing a tricky social scenario.
It's about empowering children to be active, self-reliant participants in their world, rather than just passive recipients. It really reframes independence from being a solo act to something deeply communal.
Well said.
We've taken a deep dive today into something truly essential, how to cultivate independence in our young learners. From mastering crucial self-help skills and navigating the productive frustrations of just right tasks, to solving complex conflicts and actively contributing to a vibrant community. It's abundantly clear that building independence is a holistic and continuous journey. It's far more complex and ultimately far more rewarding than simply, tying one's shoes.
Indeed, much more. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's really about equipping children with the fundamental tools to become resilient, empathetic, and confident individuals, ready for whatever life throws their way. It's about cultivating not just readiness for a specific grade level, but a profound and lasting readiness for life itself.
So, what does this all mean for you listening in? As you reflect on this deep dive, maybe consider this provocative thought. If you could ask your future self, say 20 years from now, What's one skill you're most proud to have developed or mastered on your own that significantly shaped your life? What would it be?
Interesting question.
And with that in mind, what concrete steps can you take today to encourage that same kind of foundational growth and self-reliance in a young person around you? Perhaps it's offering them a carefully designed, just right task, modeling a thoughtful conflict resolution strategy, or maybe even helping them become the next chief encouragement officer in their own unique world.